Are you a morning person? Are you quite early?
I'm sadly not. I'm more of a night owl, but you get used to it. You have to get into it when you start 9 to 5. So
Yeah. What did you have to adjust?
Just have to start going to bed a bit earlier because I feel like I'm most creative at night.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to kind of shift that slightly, but that's all right. You get into it.
And lots of people are like that, right?
Yeah.
Are you worried about AI?
I think it will go through its own journey. As a creative person, I think it's a shame to use it too heavily. Like, you have an individual way of thinking, and I think AI has a way of boxing that. So I think we should be wary of it. I think it's a fantastic tool. I think it can really help design. It can, especially with the speed of this industry, it can turn around things so fast and to a quality that previously we weren't capable of just doing things by hand. But it can't replace, I don't know, human abilities and ways of thinking.
So I love that you touched on personality, because I think every designer has got their personality and you need to embrace it, lean into it. So how long have you been in the workplace, from graduating to in doing your role?
So I graduated 2 years ago now, and took some time off to travel and kind of worked in between just in hospitality. Then I started my internship just over a year ago now. That was a year long, so that was in office design and build. And then I've just started my new position as a junior designer, so I've kind of only just emerged into the industry, really, I suppose.
What surprised you most from education to real life?
The speed at which you learn. It's a lot quicker than doing a degree. There's not a curriculum. You're just kind of based on what project's happening at that time, and you're learning what needs to be done as you're going. Yeah, I think it's fast paced, but for me it's the best way to learn. It's a bit sink or swim. Just chuck you in the deep end, see how you do.
What is one bit of your job you would love to just not do?
Oh, that's really hard. I think pitching is always quite intimidating. I think you have to get good at it. You have to kind of be confident in what you're saying, but it is quite hard when you're also learning yourself. So right now I'm not even too sure always what I'm saying, because I'm learning. It's like learning a whole new language sometimes, some of the abbreviations and things. So I think for the moment, definitely being in pitches is quite intimidating.
If you were to write the university curriculum for interior design, what would you put in there that you feel they've missed out?
So for my course specifically, because I did just interior design, and I think, to be fair, I could have done well doing an interior architecture course, because there is a lot of that knowledge that you have to lean on, I suppose. But I think just a more basic understanding around building regulations, and it's not that exciting, but something that's kind of, you don't even think of the way a door should swing when you're doing a space plan in university, because they haven't necessarily explained that in my course anyway. So yeah, I think a little bit more understanding on what's realistic. I know they try to lean in towards letting you be creative, because it's the only chance you'll get to kind of explore your style and go crazy, because it's not real. But I think a few more restrictions would help.
Okay, that's nice. Is there anything from your course that you're absolutely clinging on to and it's been really useful?
I think a lot of just the technical skills. In my new job, I'm now leaning on my CAD skills again, which is really nice, and it does kind of come back to you, and also just kind of going over your work and analysing it again, seeing how you can improve it, because you don't have a lecturer saying, oh, maybe optimise it this way. So you have to become that person for yourself, and that's been a learning curve, but yeah. Yeah,
no, that's cool. When you went travelling, tell me about that.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I think it also, interestingly, it translates so well to interior design. I think I made a post of all of the inspirational pictures that I found from that trip, because it's just a completely different way of designing, because it's so rooted in different cultures and a lot of handmade fabrics, and I went to Laos, and there was a whole village of women that just like made, like weaved scarves, and so lining the houses was everything they'd made as like their shop front, and it was incredible. Like it almost didn't feel real, but this is like their like livelihood, I suppose.
In like 10 years time, how do you hope like the workspace and your job role has evolved?
It's nice to see that office design is kind of coming into its own. I think almost it still feels like quite a recent steer away from boxy offices of like the 70s, 80s, and I think it's an emerging industry. I think there's a long way for it to go, but people are recognising that we spend such a large portion of our lives in an office, and that space should be somewhere people want to come, and that is a attitude that people are adopting more so now, I think. So I think just to see that develop and to see people take pride in their offices and want to foster that mentality, I suppose.
Would you say you're an overthinker?
I would, to be fair. Yeah. Maybe that helps with the creative process, I'm not sure, because you're just, no, definitely always been an overthinker.
Someone said to me once on this podcast, and I think it's absolute gold dust, if you're creative and you're not overthinking or have got imposter syndrome, you're not pushing the boundaries enough. So every time you got overthinking, just hold on to that.
I think it's good. You keep going back and seeing what you could tweak, and I think you can harness it.
Who are you going to nominate to come in the cab with me next?
So I'm going to nominate Katie Scott Brown. She was an intern with me at my previous company.